Hi Internet viewers, Frank Rauscher again. On the last video, I probably cut it off at the end accidentally, and what I wanted to state was that if anybody wanted to get anything from me as far as kids or eyes, feet, patterns, equipment, and what have you, my email address was Rauscher, R-A-U-S-C-H-E-R, Frank, F-R-A-N-K, 7 at gmail.com. So at least I get that message out and didn't get it cut off this time, okay? The other thing I wanted to state also, here's the bird, and I'm going to bring it up close so maybe you can see this better. And the brow is in, and the quickwood has set up, and it should be in pretty good shape. Hopefully I got the eyes lined up the way it should be, and we have everything on it almost done, okay? What we're going to finalize today is we're going to do the tuffs in the back here, and we also need to do on the underneath side, I don't know if you can see it right in here. We're going to have to take care of that. And we're going to do something with the beak today. So we're going to try to finish the beak and get all of the stuff prepared so that we can seal this. And we'll talk about that like on the next video. But I want to just get these little points of issue out of here so that we can really concentrate on the sealing. So let me take you down and I'll show you what I'm trying to achieve to finish the rest of this. And then we'll be getting to the point where we'll prime it. I should say seal it, then prime it. And then I'll start you on the patterning work on there as well. So bear with me. Okay, I think we're on a roll here now. What I'm going to do first is to get the tuffs, which are these items right here, hollowed out a little bit. When I was burning, I burned almost into it, but I'm going to really show you how to finish this up, okay? So what I'm going to do, where I have the burn here, I'm going to actually undercut a little bit. So what I'm going to use is I'm going to use the bullet diamond, and I'll get that in there. And I'm going to come in and I'm going to undercut. Basically, let me show you what I'm trying to do from the corner of the tuff on one side to the corner on the other. I'm going to undercut that a little bit so it sort of follows the profile. And watch me here. Coming in, and I just want to go down in there a little bit, not a lot, until I reach this edge here. Just like we reached the edge over here. And I just wanted to go in there. Now, I don't know if you see it or not, because I ran that bit through there. There's a little bit of a channel edge on this side and a little bit of a channel edge on that side. I'm going to make this concave, this upper one, right in here. And I'm just going to stay within the boundary of the tuff and sort of hollow this out, make it concave. So I'm coming in here. And I don't want to manicure anything else, and I want to be careful that I don't redo anything. So that it's pretty much concave in there. It's dished right in there like that. Then I'm going to come down here and soften this on top of the head here, just so everything looks like it's floating down in there. Then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. We're going from corner to corner. We'll lay this in there, get that point in. I don't want to go beyond it. I want to stay within the framework of the tuft. Now I'm hollowing it out. It'll be a little swell down into this where it touches the head, and we'll dish this around so it has a nice concave area in there. Then what we'll do is we'll come this way and just soften that out like that. Okay, and I'm looking at this side. And it's kind of funny when you move the piece around, sometimes you can see edges that you missed or something like that. So I think we're in good shape in there now. Now, what I'm going to do, it's not that it has a quill, but it doesn't. But I'm going to send a line right up the middle, and then I'm going to flare out this way with the pencil lines, and flare out this way with the pencil lines. And I'm going to do that right here. I'm going to go right through the center. Hope I didn't drift again. I probably did. Here's what we want to do. We come up through the middle and flare to the right, then flare to the left. Okay, they're just guidelines. Now I'm going to get the burning unit. And I'm going to try to follow those lines, so bear with me here. I'm going to go right into the valley there and come right out. And I'm going to stroke that to the left. Hope you can see this okay. I've been having fun with my videos. The last one I published made a mistake, so I had to redo it again. I've been apologize for some of the retakes I had to do, but I do want you to see what I'm doing, and I'm doing it right. Now, if you can see that, I hope, I got everything pretty much flared out from the center. Then I'm going to come in here on the head side now, and just flare around with some line work just behind the tuffs, like we did originally, just like that. Then we'll come over on this side and do the same thing. We take the middle of the tuft, lay that down, get your line work as close as you can to it, and you're flaring out. Okay, flaring out this way. And I'm going to get down into the bottom here. There we go. Let me go back and add a couple of lines. I'm getting a little wide open there between my line work. Now I'm going to come back and touch the head right behind here, just marking some out just immediately below the tuft. Okay, now we got that. I'm looking around just to see. Now, let me show you. I'm going to shut my machine off here for a minute. Now, the other part that we want to finish up is our primaries are sticking out here. And I don't know how I can show you this well, if you can see it or not, but here's like the best view I can get for you. This feather's sticking out. I'm going to pick the middle of what would be the shape of the feather and come down the middle and put like a quill line. And then I'm going to flare out on a 45 degree this way, all the way down. I hope you can see this. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to try to get this exposed to you as well. Come out through the middle and then 45 it this way. And then I'll 45 it towards the inner here. And all this should have been sanded before, okay? I don't know if I mentioned that to you before. I would get like a piece of sandpaper like so and go in there and sand that out so it's nice and flat so you can burn a lot easier, okay? Now we're going to come back, and this is the tricky part. You don't want to burn the tail, so you only want to go in enough so that you're burning. Let's see, do I got enough heat? Let me turn that up a little bit. I'm going to go in, and then I'm going to go on a 45 degree angle. This gets a little touchy so that you don't want to touch the tail feathers. Just trying to mark out the feathers going up on a 45 degree angle here. I'm going to leaving a lot of space in here, so I got to come back and rake it through. That's one side. I don't know how much you can see of that, but that comes all the way down to here without touching the tail feathers. Now it gets a little trickier in here. I don't know if I can, let's see if I could do this backwards. I'm going to come in here and hold the pen and flare this out this way so that you can see what I'm trying to achieve. And I've done better work on this. This is this gets real tricky in here because you're in a tight spot. So you're going to have to work the angle the best you can. And I'm going to come back. Bear with me here. I'm going to try to get in here this way. I know I'm probably cutting you off as far as the view, but I can't burn it and show you all at the same time because I need to get my finger in here so I know what the depth of burn is here, and I'm probably cutting you off. But let me show you when we get done. I think I could have massaged this a little bit better as far as having a nice flat surface in there. And I need to get down further in here. And I'm going to show you another trick too, besides the burn, for the one inside there, okay? And then I'm going to come in on this one, and I'm going to come straight down the middle on it. And again, I don't know if I'm in the picture here. I hope I am. Let's see. Right down the middle. Then the outside one's not too bad because you got the room to go in and do that 45 and right on up. Okay, and then the other hair, it's not too bad. Okay. Got that in. Now, this one, for some odd reason, I can't get down in there too well. So I'm going to show you another way to texture this. Even though it's not burning it, okay? I'm going to get another bit. I have a selection of bits like you would not believe. And what I'm going to do is I got a diamond that's like an inverted cone. And I'm going to use that corner. I'm going to show you how I go about using that one. I'm going to stick this in. And I'm going to leave it out some because I got to go a ways in there. And I'm going to come in and texture it with the diamond bit back in there. And that is for this one right here. Let's see. Now, you know what I got to do? This is even too big. Let me see if I can get an inverted cone that's even smaller than that. And I'm going to show you. I have several different sizes. And I hope there it is. There's one right there. That's a real tiny one. And that one will get me in there without banging the tail or anything else. This was just too wide for that tight space we're going. So this is it here. I don't know if you can see that well. It's almost like a wheel, but it's an inverted cone. And I'm going to get that. Let's see, the best way to get it, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, this is going to get in here. And I'm just going to go the same way the burn went. We'll put texturing in there. And for those who want to just do this, you could probably texture the bottom of it just by using that corner. You send it right down the middle to get the straight line, and then you just flare out. This will do the same thing and mark it up to the point of giving you the texture that's required to finish that up. Okay, as far as marking, and you can do that on the underneath side with this inverted cone. Okay, but it's got to be really small because you're just working on a 45 degree. Well, I should say on an angle here. It's this corner you're really doing the texturing with. Okay, so we have this done here. And we have the tuffs done here. And the other thing I want to do is the beak. The beak, what we want to do is, again, I have my optivisors on, and I'm always wanting to see the fine work here. So I'm going to turn my burner on. Now, for the feathers that comes up onto the beak, I want you to come in and just get like a splits in there, and you're following the line work of the burn we already had in here, and you're sort of just having some of the line work come right up and into, or onto, I should say, the bill. Okay, we'll do it on this side. See, it is on there, but we're going to just get little breaks in there so that you can see it look like a feathered edge. And I'm following the lines that are coming up to it already. So trying to get in there and get everything. And if I missed anything before, I'm going to come back and just touch that up. And the other thing I wanted you to do, and I hope you did it too, is I wanted you to sand the beak so that it's nice and smooth. And, you know, it curls down. We have like an edge here that comes right down the middle. And then this, remember we indent it in here to give you this little arc. And we got the bit, this was the diamond bullet. And we came in this way to undercut it a little bit there. And then I wanted this all sanded. So you can come in with some sandpaper or whatever you may have and just sand that smooth, like so. And then the same way on this side. And this, I don't know if you could see it well or not. This bill dips a little bit this way, and it dips down a little bit that way. So that is where you want to be at when we're done here now, okay? So let me do something else. I just saw a little bit else I need to burn just to make this thing look balanced out. This has to come over a little bit more on the burn, just so we have symmetry on both sides. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, I'm a little more, looks a little more balanced, the way the feathers are laying on that. So now that we got that all done in there, I want to show you how I finish the beak. Now, I get, this is super glue, and it's not this one. The green one is a gel. It's too heavy. It's not the green one, it's the red one. And super glue, this is a very watery. So what we're trying to do is penetrate the wood with this to give it a bony structure. And you don't want this to run all over the place, so you got to be real careful with it. I'm going to open this up, and you just don't want to squirt out a lot. And I'm going to show you how I apply it, so bear with me here. I'm going to just get a little bit out. And I don't know if you've seen that. And then I use the applicator to spread this around. And I want to get just enough, not a lot. I'm not trying to get oodles. This is about as little as you want to get on here. You don't want to get a lot, but you want to just coat. There you go, just like that on the bill. I don't know if you could see it. That will, you don't want to touch it. You want to let that set on its own, and that will take about maybe 10, 20 seconds or something like that. And you can, it'll be hard, but I'm going to give it time to set. In the meantime, I'm going to talk to you about, and this will last you a while because we use it so sparingly. You can still see the glaze on there, and I want that to set in. And I'm going to talk around that until it gets set, and then I'm going to show you what else I need to do. We want to go into a mandrel. This has got horsehairs on it, okay? And what I'm going to do is, before we can prime this or even start to paint on it, we want to seal all this. I know the burn will do some sealing on it, but you really want to get a good sealer on it, because we're mixing water with the acrylic paint, and it's going to get wet, but the sealer will not let it swell and you won't lose your detail. So that's what I'm going to show you. Maybe not on this video, but we need to clean this up. I don't know if I showed you before on one of the other videos that I stick this mandrel in my machine. I run it at half speed because these are not designed to go more than about 30,000 RPM. So I'm going to back this off about halfway. It's not like you would run it full out like 45 or 35 to 45,000. You don't need that. So I'm going to stay away from the beak for a while, but I want to show you down in here, like on the back. I'm going to come in and I'm going to brush through, and I'm not leaning hard. I'm just letting the brush do the work. And this will get all the dust that we created in here. And you can see this will get a little brighter on one side to the other. Then we'll do this side. Again, I'm not trying to touch that beak yet. I'm being real careful. A lot of times I would say, let that dry well. I'm sort of accelerating this only to get you to see how I do this. But all of this has so much dust in it, and it's going out of here, and this dark area is getting lighter as we go. Believe it or not. I don't know if it's shown on the camera. Then I'll come in on the top of the head and do the tuffs. Then I'll come down on it. Oops, I don't know if you see that brightness coming on or not, or the dust that's flying off. You want to get all of that off, because when we go to paint, all the grooves will have all the dust out, and then you'll have it'll represent all of the texturing you've done in there. And you don't want the dust to fill in your voids. Now, there's a lot in the tail here. I don't know if you see this as we go, but what I'm doing is I'm basically raking that all out. Then I'll do the top side. And if you don't have one of these, you can use a toothbrush too and stuff like that, you know, to get it. It's just that the rotary ones really do it nice. Now, I'm going to, let's see, okay, that's solidified now, okay? So I'm going to come in on the face, on the bib, clean this all out, just like that. Now, the one thing I want you to do is get the sandpaper now that we had gotten this set. It's got like a glaze on it. So I'm going to ask you to come in and very lightly just smooth the glaze off. Okay. Just like that. And you'll see it. It only takes a couple of swipes through there and you should be golden. Okay. I think we got most of it. Okay. So I think we accomplished that much. Now, this is all clean, and we've got all the burning done for the underneath on the primaries. We've did some of it where we gave the illusion of feathers laying and having splits in there onto the beak. You can do it that way. And we did behind the tuffs here. Okay, as far as the burning. So you go down the middle and you flare to the right, flare to the left. There is no quill there. It just, we're just using that center of the tuff as the area to represent where we start and go off. It's not going back onto that center line. They're all radiating out the same way to the left and to the right. So I think on the next video, I will show you how to seal this, and then we'll prime it, and we're going to start painting. And here we are. This is the bird as we have it. It's the, I don't know if I did the bottom of the tail feather here. Let me go in and do that. Yeah, I may have forgotten that. So, and anything down here. But you want to get it really clean, and you don't want to get it dusty anymore. Okay, we're in good shape now. So on the next video, we will seal it and then prime it. And then we're going to start off and running and start putting patterns all over the place. And you could see it on some of the patterns on the pattern I have here. I put patterns of feather detailing on there. So I will show you how to do all that. And a lot of this is only going to happen with paint. So bear with me, and hopefully you got something out of this one too. And we're really in good shape. We're textured all the way around. I think we got almost everything burnt on here that we need to. The beak is sealed. The tuffs are done. The face is all cleaned out. And again, I hope you got something out of this one. If you did, I would ask you to give me a thumbs up. And if you would subscribe to my channel, I'd appreciate that greatly. I also would ask if you have any friends that may be interested. Not just the owl. I've done several videos on different birds. I've done even the otters, mother and baby otters. There's a whole bunch of videos out there. I got over 200 videos. If you're interested in doing any of them, I do have kits or patterns if you want to cut out your own. I have eyes and feet for whatever bird, you name it. And if there is one that you don't see and you're interested, I have plenty of patterns. I just didn't list them all. I do have a catalog too. If you are interested, you can get a catalog from me by writing to me. And you can either comment in the comment section of the video, or you can write to me in my email address, and that is Rauscher, R-A-U-S-C-H-E-R, Frank, F-R-A-N-K, 7 @gmail.com. Okay? So, hey, I'll see you on the next video, and we're going to get it to fly. I promise you. So, we'll see you then. Bye now.